When they first said to me, "We're thinking about a community foundation," I was wildly intrigued. Just the words community foundation made me feel like this was something we needed here, because you need some resources for your community. We all know that. The thing about a community foundation is that it brings together all those people that aren't connected in a community. We had all kinds of nonprofits scattered around. They're doing on-the-ground work. They work very hard, but they aren't connected to each other so much. So Legacy provides an umbrella under which all of those people can thrive, and all of those organizations. The job of Legacy Foundation is to make giving easy and happy for donors. We have donors that are interested in all kinds of things, and without the Community Foundation, they're really limited in how they can give. For instance, schools. You can always give to schools, but if you haven't had kids in school, that might not be your passion. So being the vehicle and keeping in touch with the donors. A lot of our nonprofits, the directors have a big job. They're doing on-the-ground work. They're experts at that, and they're still expected to do fundraising. And it's just not really possible to do everything. So Legacy focuses on fundraising for everybody. You have to have someone who knows those people and knows how to make those connections so that the important connections aren't overlooked, and it helps us all get things done. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some exciting things that happened while I was director. First of all, once we had an emergency. Sometimes things aren't an emergency, right? But this was an emergency. Salvation Army, for a long, long time, was the only nonprofit operating to help people in our city. And they did a lot. They had a lot of resources, they had a lot of buildings, they had a lot of equipment. They did a lot for our city. And unfortunately, they were having kind of a tough time. So I started digging a little more, and we found that they were closing down. They were closing their store, they were selling off their equipment. They weren't going to be here anymore. I was terrified because we needed them, and they obviously were not going to stay. So I got together with some people who were very interested in Salvation Army and asked them if it would be a good idea to just start another organization to replace the work that they had been doing. And oh, so many people were excited about that. So many people pitched in to help. So many wonderful things happened as a result of that. And now we have Angels in the Attic. They've replaced the clothing store. They've replaced the gifts and the bicycles and the school supplies and the food and all of those things in a very efficient and effective way. We're so lucky that they were there to jump in and help. But it wouldn't have happened without Legacy Foundation being the connector. I'm so proud of the work that Legacy's done, providing leadership for the community, providing the connections, and providing the funding to do things that we just never dreamed we could do. And they continue to do that.